Welcome back to another class with me, Reshmi Mukherjee. In my channel, you get ICC, ISC, English Literature and Language topics. So if you are a teacher and you are preparing for government jobs, as I have recently secured my position as PGT English Central Government School in a central government school. So if you are interested and you are a Bengali student, it is only for the Bengali language, native Bengali language speakers. For them, I have another channel which with the name of Sloth Skill. If you are interested, you can of course check that. It's a very new channel. I'm just trying to introduce it to those aspirants who are here as teachers. I know many of the teachers have enrolled for classes with me. So this is for them, only for the Bengali native language, because the language I speak over there is Bengali. If you are interested, you can prepare completely free of cost for English literature as well as language. So now in my class, what we are going to do, this is for Julius Caesar for classes 10. So class 9, you will get a lot of videos already published in my channel. So that will help you out. If you are interested, if you want more explanation on that, you can tell me. But today we are going to start off with Act 3, Scene 1, which is from Julius Caesar. As you can see from the first picture, you can get an understanding of this quite clear. We are here in front of the Senate, where Julius Caesar's heart and mind is molded that you have to go to the Senate. There is no other option, and he decides to go. But when he is on the way to that place, he meets certain people, and we know on the other hand that as the soothsayer had said that the Ides of March would be dangerous for him, the same thing is happening. The planning is already done, and they have come here to carry out their plan. What plan? The murder of the murder of Caesar, right? So moving on to the next picture, what you can see is our text. We will move on, we will start reading it, and of course, if you think that the video is helping you out, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So coming on to the first line, what does we see that many people enter? All these are important. Caesar, Antony, Lepidus, Brutus, Cassius, all these names, I'm not reading them out. All these names are important. Caesar says the Ides of March are come. So when he sees the soothsayer, remember the soothsayer, you found him in the first act in class 9. So the soothsayer meets him and he says, "Are dekho, the Ides of March are here, that is 15th of March is here, and nothing has happened to me." So the soothsayer says, the soothsayer says, "Are Caesar but not gone?" This can be a question, that what is the context of this? The soothsayer says that of course it has come, but it has not, gone yet, it hasn't passed yet. So Artemidorus says, now Artemidorus is also waiting. Remember, he talked to Calpurnia, he was talking to Portia, and he wanted to give the letter to Caesar. So he says, "Hail Caesar, read this schedule." Schedule means read this letter. So Decius says, offering Caesar another paper, "Trebonius doth desire you to overread at your best leisure this his humble suit." So Decius now says, he offers another letter to Caesar, and he says, Trebonius would like you to read this letter, and he wishes for some help, and when you have the time, we would just want you to help him in this. Artemidorus says that you leave all these letters, first read my letter, because in the letter there is something very important, right? So Artemidorus says, "Oh Caesar, read mine first. For mine's a suit that touches Caesar nearer." So it is a request which is far more important to Caesar. Okay, it is very important to you, and that is why you should see it first. "Read it, great Caesar. So please read the letter. It is very important for you." So Caesar says, "What touches me ourselves shall be last served." So he had to prove himself to be the that man who is the rightful heir to the throne, who can be the rightful monarch, the one-man ruler. So he is very fond of showcasing himself as the best person. So he says, "Whatever interests me, I will see to that later. Later on, wo sab dekha jayega. At the present moment, I must see how I can help the people, how I can serve my people. So I will see to your letter later on." Caesar says that, and Artemidorus says, "Delay not, Caesar, as you see over here. Read it instantly. It is very important. Please read it soon." Caesar, what is the fellow mad? So he is now annoyed. Just the same way as he had ignored the soothsayer, he is going to ignore Artemidorus as well. Okay, so now just a summary from what we have read till now. We see that they have all, gathered over here in front of the Senate, and in the on the street itself we find the soothsayer, we find Artemidorus, we find Trebonius. All of them want to talk to Caesar, but Caesar is more interested in showcasing his own self, how good he is, and thereby he ignores in his overconfidence all the important people, the soothsayer, Artemidorus, everyone, right? So next image, we have one more image where he has a letter in his hand. He wants to read it, but he has to prove himself that no, he's interested in the matters of common people, so he ignores the letter. Moving on to the next picture, we have Publius Syrah, give place. So Publius says to Artemidorus, move, just move aside from here. There are important matters. Caesar should see to it, right? So Publius says that, and Cassius says to Artemidorus, what urge you? Your petitions in the street, come to the capital. If you have to say something, come to the capital and say. How can you talk to him on the street and give him your letter? Caesar and the crowd now goes to the Senate house. Okay, they enter the Senate house. Populus. Now, Populus is telling this to Cassius. I wish your enterprise today may thrive. Now, very important line. It can come as a reference to context. On what context is Populus said? We do not know. Populus just wished Cassius, but because Cassius had a deep plan, there is something that is brewing. He wants to, his murder plan is there, okay, brewing behind his head. So he's very afraid that, kya Populus ko pata chal gaya what we are planning? Has Populus got to know what we are planning? So Cassius, what enterprise, Populus? Fare you well. So Populus did not detail it. He has to talk to Caesar. So he says, farewell, goodbye. And Populus goes to Caesar, Brutus. Brutus is telling to Cassius. What said Populus, Lena? Cassius, aside to Brutus. He wished today our enterprise might thrive. I fear our purpose is discovered. So I am very afraid possibly he has come to know our plan and he has gone to Caesar and he is going to tell everything, reveal everything to Caesar, and then we will get caught. Our purpose will be dismayed, right? So next, Brutus, look how he makes to Caesar. Okay, so look how he makes to Caesar, mark him. So look, he is going closer to Caesar, watch him. Cassius. Casca, be sudden, for we fear prevention. Okay, so Casca, you will be the first one to strike. You have to be very fast in your action because I believe that somebody is going to stop us, may try to stop us. Brutus, what shall be done? If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself. If this thing comes to, people comes to know about this, I cannot go back. Either I will die or Caesar has to die. Okay. If I cannot kill him, I have to kill myself. Okay. I can't return from the position I have already approached. So this is your next page. Again, we will move into a bit of a summary, flashback of whatever has happened till here. We see that the Senate house, they have now entered the Senate house, and inside we can see Populus who is going towards Caesar to say something, but they are afraid that possibly he has come to know about their plan and he is going to reveal it to Caesar. So, all this conspiracy, there is a lot of confusion, there is a lot of tension, suspicion, a very heated situation over here. Moving on to the next image, we have again our text coming up. What do we have? Brutus. Cassius, be constant. So Brutus says, Cassius, calm down. Don't be so afraid. Populus Lena speaks not of our purposes. Populus Lena is actually not talking about us. For look, he smiles and Caesar doth not change. Caesar's appearance is not changing. If you tell a person that, they are planning to kill you, so your appearance will change when you hear such a news. So no such change can be seen on Caesar's face. So it is clear that he is not talking about this conspiracy to Caesar. Cassius. Trebonius knows his time, for look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the way. See, Brutus, Trebonius knows when he should work, and he is taking away Mark Antony from here because Mark Antony was the most important person, the closest one of Caesar, so he can cause problems. So he is being taken away by Trebonius. So Trebonius and Antony, both of them go away. So he takes away, who takes away Antony from the scene? Trebonius. Next, Decius. Where is Metellus? Now this is so if you are asked about the plan, first they come to the Senate, they bring Caesar to the Senate, that plan. Next over here, how Antony is taken away by Trebonius, second plan. Third is this Metellus Cimber's case, right? Where is Metellus Cimber? Let him go and presently prefer his suit to Caesar. So he is going to bring up something to Caesar. Brutus, he's addressed. Press near and second him. So Brutus says they are speaking to him. So just move up close and second his petition. So when he is approaching with the petition, you should be there to second him. Cinna, Casca, you are the first that rears your hand. So Cinna again reminds Casca that you will be the first one to stab. So remember, Caesar, are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress? So are we all ready? We are here in the Senate. Can we talk? What are the problems that Caesar and his Senate should speak on? Okay, should deal with, because those places they used to discuss the problems just like a normal consultation scene. People came with their problems. So now Metellus comes up with the problem. So this is step number 3 of their plan. Metellus comes up with a suit. What is that? Kneeling. Most high, most mighty, most peasant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws before thy seat a humble heart. So he uses a lot of exaggeration, a lot of flattery in the process, stating that I have come with a suit. Please listen to me. I am kneeling before you. Please listen to my request. So you can move into the next picture to get an idea how this is happening. They are here in the Senate and we find Metellus Cimber is bowing before Caesar to, request something. Moving on back again to to our text. So what does he say? Caesar now stops him. I must prevent thee. I must stop you, Cimber. These couchings and these lowly curtsies might fire the blood of ordinary men. Ordinary men can be very satisfied if you flatter them like this. But turn preordinance and first decree into the law of children. So ordinary men their hearts can be molded. They can turn Roman law into like a child's game. Okay, they can change everything because they can be molded by flattery. But I, not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be thawed from the true quality with that which melteth fools. So fools can be melted, fools can be molded with flattery, but Caesar is not a fool, so Caesar cannot be molded that way. I mean, sweet words, low crooked curtsies, base spaniel fawning, thy brother by decree is banished. So by decree, by law, your brother has been banished. So if you are requesting me to bring back your brother, to give your brother the citizenship, I'm not going to accept that request. So don't request me constantly. It is not going to help you. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a car out of my way. So, if you are, sorry, we have to move to the next page. So, if thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur. So, I will kick you out of my way like a dog, because I will not be satisfied with all this flattery that you are doing. No Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied. So, Caesar never does anything that is wrong, and Caesar does not punish unjustly, and Caesar will also not bring back somebody which is injustice, right? Next, Metellus. Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother? Is there nobody who will come? He already has somebody to speak for him, na? So he says, is there anybody else who can speak for me in this case? For my brother? Brutus. So Brutus also kneels over here, imagine. So Brutus kneels and says, Cassius also kneels and says, pardon Caesar, Caesar pardon. As low as to thy foot Cassius fall to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber. So Metellus Cimber's brother, Publius Cimber. So Cassius and Brutus also kneel and say, please, I request you to give back Publius Cimber his citizenship, to bring him back. Caesar. If I could be well moved, if I were as you, if I could pray to move, prayers would move me. So I could be influenced if I were same as you, but I am not you. So I cannot be influenced that way. Okay. If you could pray to move, prayers would move me, but I am constant as the northern star. Very, very important speech, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. So there is no fellow if you move to the picture again, next page, you see there are many stars in the sky, but the northern star is is a constant one which is always visible. So I am not a normal star. Just like there are many men, but not all men is like Caesar. So I am also that northern star among many ordinary stars. Okay. So I'm different from you. So don't think that what can satisfy you can satisfy me as well. Okay, so that is all it goes on. It is furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood and apprehensive, yet in the number I do know, but one that unassailable holds on his rank, unshaked of motion. So the world is also the same, just like the stars. Men are all of flesh and blood, but they also understand. But among all of them, I am the one. Okay, not all men are like me.
That I am he, let me a little show it. Even in this that I was constant, Simber should be banished. So I am constant in this decision as well, that Simber has to remain banished, and there is nothing I can do about it. So Cinna kneels before Caesar. He says, "Oh Caesar." Caesar says, hence, sorry. So again in this picture I've already explained you about the northern star. So Cinna says, "Oh Caesar, hence wilt thou lift up Olympus." So Caesar says, "Go away from here." Now Olympus, this one will be the last thing we are talking about today, because this again needs an explanation. This is the place where the gods live in Greek mythology. And so, do you want to lift this Olympus as well, where the gods remain, which is not at all possible. So he draws a comparison between himself and the place of God. Okay, so he is quite similar to God. It's like God's decision which cannot be changed. So Decius says, "Great Caesar, Caesar, doth not Brutus voteless kneel?" So Caesar says, "Why are you kneeling, Casca? Speak hands for me." So here they stop. All the actions, words are over. Now their hands speak. That is, Casca stamps. Right? So Caesar says, "Et to Brute," then falls Caesar. So the last one to strike was Brutus, and he says very important line, "Et to Brute," that you too, Brutus, you are also trying to kill me. Cinna, "Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets." Cassius. So they are all very excited. There is a chaos caused over here, and they run around here and there. So this is the place where the murder is already committed, right? So next class, we will move on to the next part. Just let me finish this much. Cassius, "Some to the common pulpits and cry out liberty, freedom, enfranchisement." So just go and speak out that we have done a great deed. It is not a murder. It is actually a freedom movement where we have been successful. We are the freedom fighters. Brutus, "People and senators, be not affrighted. Please do not be afraid. Fly not, stand still. Don't cause such a chaos. Nobody will harm you. Just the one who would be vicious for Roman citizens, that person has been killed. Ambition's debt is paid." Somebody who was very ambitious, who wanted to be a monarch in Rome, which had never been possible. So this time also we had made it impossible. Casca, "Go to the pulpit, Brutus." So go and go to the pedestal and speak something so that people are appeased, calm down, they can calm down. Decius and Cassius also, you two accompany Brutus. Brutus, "Where's Publius?" Here, quite confounded with this mutiny. So Publius is kind of shocked. He does not know money. He's totally confused. So he is there standing someplace in the mutiny. So very shocked. So moving on to the next picture, again you have this Mount Olympus photo, which is very relevant, can come as a question. And and next we see the picture of the murder, that Et to Brute moment. Okay. So next we will of course move into more details of this play. It will take around 3 days most probably, right? So that's all. See you in my next class. And if you have liked the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye-bye.